63 points in the first half, 43 in the second. What did you see offensively in that second half, and what was the difference down the stretch?
Well, we fouled them every time down. So when you're taking the ball out of the net on a free throw, it really breaks your offensive rhythm. And, that's where it started. And then, we just had some, a lot of possessions, especially in the fourth quarter, we didn't execute well enough.
Frank in the back, how did you decide, which five guys you wanted to close with tonight? And did you feel like you got what you wanted from that lineup down the stretch?
Well, we didn't get enough from any lineup down the stretch because we didn't win, but the same way I always do. We have our guys that we typically going to close the game with, and, if we have a need for ball handling, an extra ball handler out there, we put Rondo in there. Kuz had been playing well, so, we decided to play Kuz, and we typically go small late.
Frank, what was your vantage point on the ball with like 3.5 seconds left that LeBron lost out of bounds and ended up reversing the call?
It's the replay center. It's completely out of our control. It looked like it was off Pat Bev, but, I guess it wasn't.
Frank, on the possession that led to that play, you had timeouts, chose not to use them. Just how did those 15 seconds play out from your standpoint, and then what were your conversations with LeBron like after?
Yeah, a lot of times you get your best look, especially in a need of three situation where they're going to put their five best defenders in and switch everything. A lot of times you get your best look, in those situations off a live rebound. And, I trust the ball in LeBron James' hands late. We didn't make a play this time, but I'll do the same thing next time.
Frank, obviously the point total is noticeable with Kuzma, but what are you seeing from him the last couple of games after he took those 5 games to rest?
Yeah, it looks fresh. He always plays hard, with great energy. And, this is the Kuz that we envisioned, throughout, all the summer and since I've been here. Somebody that can just fill it up, and he's working hard on the defensive end. He gives us a long body on that end that plays extremely hard and, changes the energy of the group. So, he was terrific tonight, and, it's good to see him get going, and he'll be a big part of what we do down the stretch, the rest of the season.
Why do you think the Lakers lost today?
Well, a lot of reasons. We put the Clippers to the free throw line far too much in the second half. Didn't get there ourselves. Went cold from the three-point line in the second half, and didn't execute well enough down the stretch.
Frank, you said you thought perhaps LeBron was dealing with some soreness and he started a little cold. How did you see him kind of adapt and get in the game, especially that second half where he was shooting a lot better?
Yeah, he just works through the game. He's in foul trouble, and sometimes that breaks your rhythm a little bit offensively. But, he had a great second half.
Hey, Frank, it's obviously early in the season, but is there anything that you can take away big picture from this?
Of course. There's a million things every time you play that, you're going to grow. We'll get back to work, next time we come together and look at the film. There's obvious ways that, that we can get better at by not fouling. They shot 23 free throws in the second half to our 8, so we got to play the game without fouling more because of the impact on the other end. We don't want to give them free throw attempts first, but, we got to make sure that, we're staying in rhythm offensively. But every time you play, there's, opportunities to grow. It's a long season. We have a very good team with a chance to be great, and we'll get back to work.
Frank, you said it's a long season, but you only get so many chances in a year to measure yourself head-to-head with a team like the Clippers, who, like yourselves, are expected to be there toward the end of the year. What do you take away just about the way you guys match up with them, and how much weight would you put on this one result?
Not a ton of weight. Obviously they beat us twice now, but I think we match up pretty well. I think both teams are really well put together, and we'll see how it goes down the stretch.
Frank, in those last 5-minute lineups, specifically with Rondo, if LeBron's going to have the ball a significant amount of the time, what's the advantage for you guys of having Rondo out there with him?
Well, if he's bringing it up every time against pressure, okay, the other team can wear him down. So to have a second ball handler out there just alleviates some of that pressure.